Hey guys, welcome to Dot Not Feather. This is Roby again, and today we're going to do an unboxing and installation of the Streamlight TLR-6. Now you may have seen in our previous video we did a unboxing and a review of the TLR-1HL. Now that's the big brother to the 6. The 6 is really intended for your micro guns, for your Glock 42 and your Glock 43. They're going to kind of fit inconspicuously along the lines of the gun so that it'll fit in a holster really nice. It's not going to add any length or really any girth to the overall package. So we'll go ahead and unbox this and see what we got here. So as you can see, this is the TLR-6. You can see the indication for the Glock 42, 43 pocket pistols here. So we're going to go ahead and open this box, see what the contents hold, and start pulling it apart. Alright, like most Streamlights, you've got pretty good packaging here, encasing the actual light itself, batteries, and a manual. So we'll go ahead and pull this first layer apart and just pull out the insides here. Alright, you're going to have 5 main components. You're going to have the flashlight itself, the 2 batteries, manual, and a hex key here, Allen key, so that you can basically manipulate the light, be able to take it apart and install it onto the front of your trigger guard. Let me go ahead and hold this up for you guys so you can get a good view of it. This is the TLR-6. You can see that it is a very small and compact light. It's going to go in the front of your trigger guard like I mentioned earlier. Very, very unobtrusive. Should fit really nicely. Alright. Now you're going to get a set of 2 batteries. Now these are going to be your standard CR113 that you can pretty much pick up at Walmart or any photo supply place, maybe Walgreens or Eckerd's or whatever's around you. For our host gun today, we're going to use our Glock 42. This is a subcompact 380. As you may know from our previous videos, we sent our Glock 43 off to Agency Arms. So we don't have that one here, but we'll use this one as a test mule. So go ahead and safety check this to make sure that we're okay to manipulate the firearm. Alright, and just for the purposes of the video, we'll go ahead and just remove the slide just to add another safety factor into it. We'll set that over here to the side. Alright. So as you can kind of see, the sight itself is going to fit right here in that where you would normally have your rail attachment on a Glock. These Generation 4s and these subcompact micro compacts don't have a rail attachment here. So this light is going to fit in between the trigger guard and this lower dust cover. Now you've got a series of 3 screws here, which are going to hold the compartment together, and you're going to go ahead and use your Allen wrench there, take those apart, and you'll be able to pull the 2 halves of this apart. Before you do that though, you will need to unhinge the battery cover here to allow the 2 ends to separate. So we're going to go ahead and just unhinge this portion right here, and that'll allow you to separate the two ends once you've backed out your Allen screws. Alright, once you've got your Allen wrench out, go ahead and remove the 3 screws. As always, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And they are small, so it's going to take a little bit of patience. We suggest you work on a clean surface, that way you'll be able to see any of the pieces just in case you drop it or have a little bit of trouble fumbling around with them. And last one here. right, once you've got that piece, once you've got the 3 screws out, you've also got the hinge open, you can separate the actual light from the 2 compartment halves. So you can see there's one side of it, the actual light itself is a separate component of the other shell. So we're just going to drop that back in there. There we go. So what you're going to do next is you're basically going to put your frame right on top of it, and you're going to try to fit into this channel groove. So you're going to want your lower portion of your trigger guard to fit into the channel groove right here. That way you can take the second portion of this half and then simply clamp it on and then fasten your screws. So we'll go ahead and adjust the lower here. Depending on the dexterity of your fingers, you may have a little bit of trouble with this, or you may need to kind of put it down for a little bit and get a little bit of leverage on it. I think we've got it going on pretty good here. So you can already see what the overall size of this is going to look like for the viewers out there. Just kind of follows the lines of the Glock. I mean, it really maintains that little boxy appearance, but fits in really well. So we're going to go ahead and fasten our screws back in. That'll tighten this down on the trigger guard and really keep it in there sound. So you're going to run these screws back in. So make sure when you do put the screws back in, this hole is countersunk versus the other side, which is not. So you're not going to be able to, if you put them in the wrong way, basically your heads are going to be exposed and they're going to be sticking out. So put them in the countersunk holes here, and they should drop right in. 2, and last one. And we'll go ahead and tighten it up. Okay guys, and that's pretty much it. So as a general rule of thumb, most Allen wrenches themselves are actually meant for you to torque on this end. So what you're going to do is basically put the long end down, and the shorter end is basically built to that length to determine the proper amount of torque. So this way you won't over torque a thread or possibly strip out a connection because you're putting too much in there. So no need for a cheater pipe or anything like that on these small screws. All right, we've got that cinched in there. Now we're going to simply just pull back that battery cover back again, and you're going to want to put these plus side up. So flat end is going to be up, and we're going to drop one battery in, and go ahead and put the second one in, and they'll fit in there. Close the hatch, and you should be able to hear an audible click once it goes over the raised edge here. Let's go ahead and function test this to see if it works. Okay, as you can see, it does work. You can see both the light and the laser coming on at the same time. Okay, so we do have the light installed correctly. It is functioning. So this is the TLR-6 meant for the Glock 42, 43 compact pistols here. We're going to go ahead and put our slide back on, and we're going to run some manipulation tests, kind of see what the performance looks like on this little one. Here we have a dimly lit room. There is light coming in from a side window. It is still daytime here, but as you can see, the majority of the room is kind of hard to see, kind of hard to make out with the shadows. We'll go ahead and give a test out to this TLR-6 and see what it looks like illuminated. Okay, you can see the kind of illumination this light is providing. You can see the bed headboard there, clearly see the pillows. You can make out everything there. Go back around. Very easy to inspect. Now, basically on the operation of this, I'm putting my finger on it and holding it down. So when you hold down on the switch, that's your momentary. As soon as you release, the light will go off. Let's give another view. Okay, now this is a 100 lumen light. A little bit different, not as bright as the 800 lumen that we did on our other review, but this is definitely intended for its own purposes. There's a pretty good view of everything there. Now let's take this and go into a room that's completely unlit and see what kind of performance we get. Okay, here we are in a completely dark room. This is the garage. As you can see, there is no light coming in here. Very hard to make anything out. We'll go ahead and put the light up and see what kind of illumination we can get out of it. And I'm going to put it on the momentary switch, so I'll have my finger pressed down for as long as I want the light on. As you can see, pretty good illumination there. See the compressor back behind there. Alright guys, I went ahead and switched it over to the constant on, and if we press the button another time, we will get the red laser. As you can see, that's the laser right there. We've got light and laser at the same time now. I don't know if you guys can make it out there. It's kind of shining off the hood of the car. And you can toggle through these functions. Basically, it's going to be a series of pushing on the buttons. So we've already discussed that if you want momentary, you just hold down on the actuation button. But if you want a constant on, you're basically going to tap it one time gently, and that'll give you the constant on. All lights off. Constant on with laser. Laser off when I push both buttons. And I'm going to tap it again to get it off. There you have it, folks. There's our unboxing and review. We did a little short scenario where we kind of put the light to its paces in a dimly lit room and then a completely pitch black room. As you can see, it's a good performer for what it is. It maintains the compactness that was intended for this carry pistol without adding any length or girth to the overall dimensions. So you maintain pretty good concealability, have the option of having a flashlight available at all times, and lose nothing really installing one of these on your package. So we'll go ahead and give you a side-by-side comparison of its big brother, the TLR-6 versus the TLR-1 HL. As you can notice, the TLR-1 HL installed on our Glock 19 is gargantuous compared to the TLR-6, and that is the difference between 800 lumens and 100 lumens. But for a very concealable package here, this light offers a lot of advantage to its end user. Highly recommended that you go ahead and get one of these if you have a Glock 42 or 43 model, and they are coming out for the Smith & Wesson Shields, I think within a month. As always, this is Roby from Not Feather. We appreciate you watching the channel. Please subscribe or add comments. We look forward to hearing from you guys. And as always, have a good weekend. Take care. This is good.